Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, we're just going to do another velocity banking review. Today's theme is swimming in lots of cash flow. So the picture that came into mind is the one with Scrooge McDuck. Although, to be honest, I probably would be in great pain swimming in metal coins. Okay, but that's what we're going to do for today. Do a velocity banking review. And what's this? A mortgage paid off in 3 years? Well, actually, 2 years and 9 months. But, just to feed my ego, let me stare at that for a couple more seconds. And, yeah, now let's get started with the, velocity banking review. So what is velocity banking? All it is a debt payoff strategy where you use your line of credit as your main operating account. Line of credit. Okay. So it's two things that you need to do velocity banking. Number one is a budget, and then number two is a line of credit, and you use it as your main operating account. And what's really important in your budget is that you use every single debt. Okay. You list every single debt and the payment associated with its own line item. Okay. And then the very last one is food, gas, insurance, all that other stuff. Anything that's not a debt, you just kind of put in its own little bucket here. It could be 2,000, 2,500. That's all it is. Now, step one is a budget. Okay. And then step number two is we need a line of credit. So, what is a line of credit? All it is a financial tool where you can borrow money, pay it back, and then use it over and over again, right? So kind of like this line of credit right here, my $280,000 home equity line of credit. So what does that mean? You offer your home equity as collateral, and then the bank or credit union or whoever lets you go to their website, click a button, and then just dump in cash into your checking account at a 7.5% interest rate. Actually, I've had different lines of credits, and I've had ones that are 7.5, or actually the current one I have is 7.5%, and then I've had ones where it's like been up to as high as 10%. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the strategy here. So I'm going to copy and paste this so we can demonstrate how velocity banking differs from what we call the average American, because it's not about the income that's different on this side and this side. What's different is that on this side, we use our checking account to pay for things. And then we got to feel like a little good saver. So we just, whatever's uh, left over, we just put in our savings, right? Because we feel like, if you listen to someone like Dave Ramsey, he always goes, "Hey, you need $1,000 of savings while you're paying off debt," or some nonsense like that. And it's like, why would we do that? Why not just make the savings go to zero and apply all of our income into debt, which is what velocity banking is. Okay, so really simple. But we're just going to assume that we're going to have a $50,000 line of credit available for us to use. And is it realistic to get a line of credit when you're struggling? Probably not. Okay, the only time that you will get a line of credit is, or 99% of the time, maybe someone might be nice enough to give it to you while you're struggling, but as a general rule, banks only lend money to people who don't need it. So when they see that you need money and you're like only $300 left over, so let's just dramatically zoom here, $300 left over, then that's pretty much yeah, what's left over, right? So um yeah. And what we're going to do is not have any savings and then dump all of our money into the line of credit. That's it. That's it. And if you take a look here, I scroll up, I don't have any money in my savings account. Absolutely none. Zero. Zilch. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take my entire paycheck, put it into, well, first we got to move up some debt, right? And the easiest way to start is just start with the credit cards. And how much is this? This is 17, 16, 15. And how much is it in total? Which is about 48,000. Okay. So 48,000 balance. And then what happens here? Well, these all go to zero. So zero, zero, zero. And then we put our entire paycheck, this 5,800, into the line of credit, and then we take our expenses out of the line of credit at the appropriate time. And then after every single month, the balance of the debt is going to go down your line of credit by about $2,265.65. Isn't this amazing? We literally went from $315 and $2,265 of cash flow if we had a line of credit available for us to use. But like I said, banks don't lend money to people who need it. Okay. And I say this as a person who has over $575,000 in lines of credit. 575,000. Okay. So this is what we do. We put our entire paycheck into line of credit, expenses out, same thing over and over again. And I'll just quickly show you the formula. And can I have a goat for every month that we do this, right? Because why are we the greatest of all time, aka the goat? Because we pay off our debt so quickly, right? I actually like this cartoon goat better than this one, but it's because we pay off our goats really, really quickly. That's why we are the goat. Pay off a mortgage in 2 years and 9 months. And to be honest, I've never been able to replicate this in any sort of spreadsheet. So probably shows you that whatever I do is unrealistic. All right, so now let's go ahead and do this and put the previous month's balance, interest, and then subtract our cash flow. So that's 2265.65. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the average daily balance, multiply it by the interest rate, 0.08, and then divide by 12, right? We're going to assume an 8% interest rate for this line of credit, and then we're going to add 1 to every single month and include the GOAT, because every month we do this, we are the greatest of all time, right? Greatest of all time. And let me zoom out so that you can kind of have an eagle's eyes view of the system. All right. So now, okay, and this is 23 months. And so let's just write our milestones here. 23 months and then 48K, right? 48K. All right, cool. 23 months and 48K. Now we tackled the auto, student loan, and mortgage. Oh, luckily we got a loan calculator for this, and I just got to put the current month and it'll tell me the current balance. So 23, 23, 23. And then these are the current balances of the loans, right? See how easy that is? And then we have something called the cash flow index. I'm not going to go over it too much here, but here's the thing, okay? So here we have 16 grand total in the balance, and it's okay to move it into the line of credit even at 8% interest rate, just because based on the cash flow that we get. If we focus on paying off this 29 grand, how much cash flow we get? We only get $388. So let's get the $460 first and then attack the 29 grand student debt. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. And then this is going to be 16 grand right here. All right, so now Control V and plus 16001.62. Okay, so now let's just go in here, and now we take this off, this auto loan, and then our cash flow. Can you feel it? You know, it's not even been really um 2 years, and we're just swimming in that cash flow. We're just swimming. Let me look at the picture of the Scrooge. I wouldn't do this in real life. It'll probably hurt in real life, but it looks cool in cartoon form, not gonna lie. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste this cash flow, and then I'm just gonna do this, and then 726.06, copy paste, whoopsie. All right, and then all right. All right, so now we did that. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after about 6 months, the car loan is paid off. So this is now, oh, hold on, 23 to 29 months, right? So 29 months. Oopsie, let me make it easier for us to read. So this will be 48 plus 25. And this is 73K. and this is 29 months. Okay. So now after 29 months, we got to attack the student loan. So 29, let's do 29 right here. And so if you see this number, especially if it's above 50, I don't think it's really that good of a good or a great idea to put it in the line of credit, especially okay if the interest rate is much lower than the line, right? And I'm going to show you how this works with the mortgage. So the safest way to pay off the loan is using what we call the chunking method. And I'm going to demonstrate that. So give me one moment, okay? So here's how the chunking method works. All it is just you just kind of chop the loan into into little pieces, and then you just kind of do the same process over and over again. So we have a $28,000 loan, and then we could chop it up into, let's say, I don't know, maybe $6,000 pieces, right? So let's go ahead and do that. And all I got to do in order to do that is just not look at this. I gotta find out the current balance of the loan, which is 35,000, and then here, which is 28,352.71. Okay. And then the interest rate is 6% at 10 years. And then the current payment was 388.57 and $6,000 chunks. And what's our income is 5,800, and our expenses in general is everything except for the loan we're trying to pay off. So it's going to be these two, and let's get the total sum of that, and that will be 2685.37. So it's 2685.37. And then right here, we paid it off in point 0.8 months. Okay, that was quick. Have you ever heard of someone paying off their student loan in less than a year? Oh, it's crazy. Crazy. All right, so now we just do this. All right, so let's go ahead and 29 plus zero point 0.8 times 12, and that will be about 39 months. So, okay, so I'll just put 39 months, about 10 months or so. And how much do we pay off? This is 0, and it's 73 plus 35. And then this is 108K, right? All right, so now let's just do the same thing with the mortgage. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this here, 1800. And then I just gotta do the stats or the deets of the 30-year mortgage. 30, what's the payment amount? 885.37. Okay, and then the interest rate is, what is the interest rate? I don't even know. Oh, 3%. 3%. And then this is a $210,000 mortgage. And what's the current balance? It is, what are we on month 29? No, we're on month 29. We're on month 39. 195,256.99. 195,256.99. And so 4.4 years. 4.4 years. And let me go ahead and type that in right here. And 39 divided by 12 plus 4.4, 7.6 years debt free. Okay. So, have you ever heard of anybody paying off their mortgage in 4.4 years and we made it easy? It is so easy. I don't know what to say, right? Now, whoopsie, what did I do here? 7.6 years. Now, I think to end this video off, we just need to add a couple of goats here because we are the greatest of all time and we are trying to create a debt goat farm, right? Greatest of all time because we pay off our debt so quickly. It takes the average American 50 something years to pay off a mortgage. And the reason why it does is because they refinance or move every 5 to 7 years. So they're broke, right? They paid all the interest to the bank every 5 to 7 years, almost in the interest only fashion in a loan. And then they just, restart the clock again. Now, if there's a high interest rate difference between like what they have now versus what they uh I'm sorry, what they have now versus what they can qualify for in a refinance, it might be a good decision, right? It might be a good decision. So, okay. All right. Well, that's it for today in this video, everybody. Have a great day. This is Korean Atlanta Mentorship.